Hello everybody, this is Clips and welcome to Pro Gamer Manager. This is a new game that just came out on the 16th, and so yeah, let's play it. So far I've been pretty much enjoying it. This is a blind playthrough, which I'm doing the narration afterwards, and I've already recorded up to the first 2 hours of gameplay. It's quite fun, in my opinion. There are a couple things I would change. There are a couple. I have a couple problems with the game. For example, there are some parts where there should be a space, but there isn't. And by some, I mean quite a few parts like that. But all around, for a game that just came out on Friday, this is a really fun game. You basically start as an amateur solo queue player in a game called FOBA, which may or may not be a ripoff of MOBAs like League. And yeah, you have to go from being an amateur to being a professional in the professional league. And that's pretty much it. I'm not sure what else to say about explaining it. Let's just play it. If you haven't noticed, you have to pick how aggressive you're going to play and what you're going to focus on improving. If I had known better, I would have gone with champion synergies here. Instead, I'm pretty sure I'll go with champion knowledge. Yeah, picking it right now. Yeah. What I should have realized is that it will give me a different champion every time. I should have just picked champion synergies. I'm not sure what... I mean, actually, maybe even champion synergies wouldn't have been that helpful. I mean, remember, I had no experience at all with this game before recording this, so I didn't quite know what I was doing. I made the best decisions I could in terms of the decisions in the game, but I can only do so much without having any background information. Well, that's technically not true. I do have background information on what is a good and what isn't a good thing to do. Although that comes from playing games of MOBAs, not this game itself. So, I mean, some decisions might work in ways that I wouldn't expect. And one thing I must note about the rage bar, I'm not quite sure what it does. From what I've seen, it has no effect. Because there is a point when that bar will be it'll be completely filled. And, well, the way it fills is if you lose a match, it goes up. The way it decreases is from winning games, from what I know. There are a couple decisions in the game that give you a chance at decreasing, although I'm not sure what it means when it says chance of so-and-so happening. I'm not sure if it's only if you win, or it's gonna happen if you make the right choice, or both. In fact, I really would like to find out, so in future attempts at playing this, I would know better. And the reason why I say future attempts is because, let's just say by the end of this recording, we'll be managing our whole team, not just ourselves. I'm not sure why I say our instead of my, but oh well, let's just pretend you're playing this with me, because, I mean, why else would you be watching this video if not to follow through with me playing it? And enjoying yourself, hopefully. Why, definitely, yeah. If you're not enjoying it, then I'm not sure why you're still watching. No one's forcing you to watch it. I should hope. But that aside, really, this game is it's in early access, so there are quite a few bugs. Like, if you haven't noticed, you can kind of see my recording timer and FPS number at the top left. If you can't, then that's just a weird effect of my video editor and the recording, but I'm pretty sure you can see it. So, yeah. It's kind of awkward. It also shows the Steam notification thing, although it glitches out and looks really funky later on when a message pops up. Not a message from a person, but a notification about something happening. Because no one messaged me in the whole 2 hours of recording this. And I must say, while I do like the whole world ranking thing that they have that we just had up, I do think it would make more sense if you were able to keep look at that kind of thing with your whole team when you do have a team, because when you go from being your own player to creating a team, you just kind of sort of lose the whole you're a solo queue player experience. You no longer have any control over your own character increasing their skill. You have to manage a team. And for some reason you can go into negative money because at the start you're not going to be making money until you're winning games. And the thing is, you actually have to be winning the games to earn money. So, yeah. That aside, we're now going to choose support as we just chose support as our role, because that is what I know best when I play. That is what I am most likely to do when I play a MOBA. I prefer to support. I know most people don't, and it's actually really hard to be a solo queue support main because Riot doesn't particularly. Riot, I just gave away what MOBA I most played. That's League of Legends, if you hadn't figured. But what I was saying is Riot doesn't really like to reward assists for some reason. You kind of lose. Yeah, it's weird how the League system works. But this game, I'm not even sure where I was going with that. I kind of just lost track of my thoughts there and started rambling. And I have a problem with doing that kind of thing. But yeah, so we're going with a support main here. And we are also going to main as that dragon character we have there right there later on. Now, that won't be the only champion I add to the favorite champion list, but it'll be the one that we do first and play the most. And we'll even get like a little gold badge for it, but I'm not sure what that means. And we are still at this point over 39,000 in terms of ranking, which is not very good, but it's the second day. Well, technically it's day 1 since yesterday was day 0, but still, it's the second day. Not really gonna be that much higher in ranking. If I am correct, you're gonna lose a lot of your games when you start this. It's just gonna happen. And as you play through, you kind of start winning more and more, which is kind of how it's supposed to work. And yeah. But for now, we're going to have a lot of defeats and occasionally a victory or two in there. The research seems to be rather important so far. For example, you can't even join a team until you have enough. Can't even create a team until you have enough research points, and then another 10,000. And then another $10,000 added onto that, or whatever they call the in-game currency. This game, I don't know why, but it's just so much fun and it's kind of addicting. It's truly extremely enjoyable. I could not, when I started playing, I just couldn't put it down for a whole 2 hours. That's why instead of going with 2 one-hour recording sessions, I did 1 2-hour recording session. And yeah, that was that. We just, and I know it's not that exciting at the beginning, when just going through the games and talking about whatever, but it's about all I can do until we get our own team, which should be in the 2nd or 3rd episode, hopefully. I think it should be somewhere in there. Maybe even 4th, I hope not. But yeah, so I'm now gonna go over a few things that might have confused you by watching this. The way on the game, like on the champion selection screen that they show, it shows at the top the ADCs, just beneath it the supports. So the support on the left will always be us. That name, I did not enter it. It automatically gives you your name, your summoner name. And ours is, well, I can't exactly remember, ends the screen. And for some reason, when I'm doing the narrations, it wants to make the screen tiny. Because, you know, there's no way I could possibly want to add in a narration that requires reading off the screen or anything. It's annoying, but it's the best I have. And hopefully that's enough for you, because it's enough for me. And I don't know really how to do any better about it. Moving on then. I don't know how many times I've seen that skull come up when you lose. I've just when you start playing this game, you just lose so many games. It does make sense though, because you don't exactly just straight off when you start playing a MOBA win every game carrying your team. You know, unless you're me playing Heroes of the Storm, in which case you carry your team and then you all of a sudden start doing horribly once you're like 10 levels in. True story, that actually happened. I had a very good win rate in Heroes of the Storm until I hit about level 10. And then I just started losing a lot. Until now, my win rate's about 50, and I'm no longer losing a lot of games, and I'm no longer carrying my team, which I hadn't been for quite a while. I know that seemed off topic, but in a game about playing MOBAs, it kinda isn't when you think about it. Also, I must say, I do love the fact that we get to play as a freaking dragon. I know it's not that cool, but I don't know, it's a small touch and I like it. Unfortunately, when we get into the professional level stuff, I no longer get to choose exactly what character, what champion I pick. So, we don't get to pick dragon every time, in fact, barely at all. Although we are about to choose the dragon right now, once I realize there only are utility, healer, and sustain champions for support, which does make sense, but I personally, if I were the game developers, would add tank supports. Because, I mean, what else are you gonna call someone like Nautilus? I mean, you could say he's a top laner or a jungler, but really, he's also played as a support and he's a tank. That's just how he is. Yeah. That really is... I'm sorry, I'm not sure quite what to talk about. I didn't have any plans at all about what to say. That's really bad of me, I know. But, I mean, this game's pretty cool, so hopefully, if you're not here to listen to my dumb commentary, you're here to watch the game. Which, I mean, I should hope you'd be here for both, but one or the other's fine, I guess. Although, at some point, I'm going to have to figure out if I can do a narration while on Skype with somebody, and thus have dual narrations. But, until then, this'll do. We're just about to close off here. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, and watch others of my videos, hopefully. Now, we're just gonna quickly check our ranking, which is about 38,000, and our profile, which we haven't really upgraded anything. And with that, I say